This is the Hamish and Andy Show podcast. Good afternoon. If you're listening to this, we bring you distressing news. As many people would be aware, today Hamish and Andy were due to make landfall on the People's Island off the coast of northern Queensland with a total of 13 crew members. As of 2 hours ago, no one has heard from this brave seafaring party. Now, a Dutch shipping vessel has just picked up this emergency radio broadcast.
Help! The copper's lost all control of the convict! Trudy, the cow has gone bananas! The enigma! Where's the enigma? One of the magicians has taken on too much seawater and lost his powers!
There's no denying it's chilling audio. Friends, I know in our hearts we want to believe the First Fleet is safe and well. But we have to admit that there are rough seas out there, and in all likelihood, there's absolutely no way anyone could have survived. Oh, hang on. We've just received another broadcast picked up by that Dutch vessel.
Yeah, sorry about before, Dutchies. Everything's fine. We're only at sea for 4.5 minutes. Yeah, we got a bit carried away, and sorry. We're on the island now, though. All good.
As I was saying, Hamish and Andy and the First Fleet have arrived safely, as I always knew they would. We now rescan frequencies and pick up the show, broadcasting to you directly from the island that, as a listener of this show, you also own. It's the Happy Hour from the People's Island.
Eureka, everyone! Normally reserved for finding gold, but we've found a golden land, Ham. We are on the People's Island. We do have our First Fleet. Everyone is accounted for.
It is stunning. It is a beautiful day here on the People's Island where I don't know, I keep forgetting to check it exactly. I think it's about 20 k's off the coast of Queensland. We're sat here. The First Fleet is sat in front of us. A few small rudimentary tents have already been pitched as we colonise the island that a few months ago, Ando, you and I organised. We've got a 99-year lease on this island from the Queensland government. It's for us, it's for the show, it's for the people.
Exactly.
It is the People's Island. Now, everyone is here from the First Fleet, except Trudy the cow,
yes,
who has gone off to graze. She's been at sea for many, many minutes.
Needed to stretch her legs.
She needed to stretch her legs, get some grass in. She's gone off with her farmer.
Hey, it's exciting. We've got a perfect cross-section of the community.
We do, Ando.
That's why we're out here, to spend the rest of our lives together and hopefully build a society.
I see no reason to leave, except food, water and shelter.
So much to get through in the next hour. I mean, our settlers here are keen to run off and claim their own land.
Yeah, guys, we do need you to just stay with us for a moment.
Exactly.
I know it's been an exciting voyage to get here, but before you go and lay claim to different bits and pieces and give word to your families back home,
which is hard because there's no phone reception,
that you've set up, the antenna's not working. But even so, stay with us. We've got a few colony meetings we need to get through.
Yes, but
before
by the
we
end
release
of the hour,
you.
we will declare the island's open for settlement.
You can begin your life on the island.
Happy Hour! Hamish and Andy with you. Haim, we are currently on the People's Island, everyone. If you've just tuned in, welcome. You own an island. It's a beauty, actually, and it's a beautiful day. We purchased this earlier on the year. We said we vowed, Ham, that we'd come back here and settle it with the perfect cross-section of society.
And that's who we've got, Ando. This has been a dream, months and months in the making, and today we've set foot back on the island with the First Fleet. Yes. 13 people that represent every walk of life and all 13 jobs you can have in society. And one of those jobs is being a convict.
Yep.
We wanted to honour the initial convicts that travelled to Australia, but also we didn't want to take too many, so just one seemed appropriate. Shannon was our convict.
Yep.
Shannon, how's your night been?
Night wasn't too bad.
Yep.
It was a bit hard sleeping in shackles, but I guess I'll learn.
Sure. I mean, they are generous shackles. You can actually do the YMCA in them. So.
You can almost skip it.
We have been fairly sweet with the shackles. But
it was a fairly unruly night for the First Fleet. We're in Rockhampton yesterday. The motel, the owner, I think, came out and asked people to stop bagpiping, as well as stop cracking a whip.
I think the cheerleaders were doing backflips down the hallway.
Yeah.
Essentially, the First Fleet of refugees. We've been kicked out of Australia. And we're now here on the People's Island. We don't have the option to go back, and nor would we want to, because we're in the most perfect spot on earth. We do need to draw everyone's attention back to yesterday. Shannon, when we shackled you up, we gave you two clear instructions. One was you could only eat slops, which is all you've been eating. The other was if you stole the golden loaf, which was a sort of a hark back to the days where you could get sent to Australia for stealing a loaf of bread. If you got your hands on the golden loaf, you got unshackled. Now, we threw that out on yesterday's show, and then everyone's just sort of mucked around. We had a few beers, we were at the pub. Fair's fair. Andy and I weren't paying too much attention to the golden loaf. We probably had planned to, really look after it today.
Yeah. We thought maybe that he'd make a play for it today.
Maybe last night, maybe today. Nothing was really stipulated.
Yeah.
You got your hands on the golden loaf, we found out, within about 3 minutes of the show ending. Now, we love a good convict as much as the next guy.
Yeah.
You saw your opportunity, you took it. And that's what we bloody love about you as a convict.
Yep.
We do have to stand by our word. We said if you could get your hands on the golden loaf, you'd be declared a free man. Now, you travelled out here in chains, sir, but I think it's only fair you become a free man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, no,
that's a
don't
nice
thank
thing.
us.
Yeah.
Thank the sloppy security of the golden loaf.
Yeah, and the guard. I think that's the problem.
Now, Andy and I are captains of the island.
Yep.
I've obviously got my machete on. It's the machete I bought to this island months ago when we first came to inspect. There's no key to the shackles, and I think it would be a great symbolic gesture and great for colony morale if I macheted the chains off.
So, Shannon,
please.
if you're game,
Just for legals, we need you to comply. Yeah, you happy with that?
What do I need to sign?
Yeah, okay.
No. You're still a convict, so you got no rights.
In fact, if someone could let him borrow their sunnies, so at least we've got a little bit of eye protection.
Here we go. Sunnies are coming from the crowd. Just
we've got
pop your
some
shackles.
worried people. Pop the shackles down.
What's the best way to do this? There's a few worried sounds from the crowd. Thank God Trudy the cow, who is a mum and probably the most responsible on the trip, she's off wandering the island.
Shannon's.
What do you reckon, Shannon? Do I just come over from this way?
I'm not sure. I think it may
Because,
be
if I come this way,
you might.
it might chop your head off.
That's true. If you go towards him, so if you're going from over his back, what do you
Do you
think?
want to spin around this way and put the shackles across there? Sorry, Ando, just figuring out the logistics.
Yeah, exactly. It
God,
feels
in,
like
in movies when they do this,
it seems a lot easier.
so I guess we just hit it there, don't we?
Okay, this is so stupid.
This is why you get your own island.
You can do whatever you want,
guys. I was really hoping for more of a. This is more of a spectacle to wow you, and the only noise I'm hearing from the crowd is. Oh no!
Hamish is now standing above. Shannon seems pretty relaxed about the whole thing. I wouldn't be.
Shannon, last name. What's your last name?
Wood.
Shannon Wood. You came to this island a convict, but now, in an awesome spectacle of machete skill, I declare you, by the power vested in me by my special top, a free man!
It's
Yes! The chains of convictdom are broken!
And no legal battles have been launched against the show.
And absolutely no limbs came off either. Obviously, we don't have another suit for you, so you'll be dressed as a convict. But you are a free man. Everyone, Shannon gets all the legal rights of a free man. You can now settle, find a wife
If you want.
I know you've got a wife on the mainland, but
She might not have waited.
geez, if the postcode rule applies, then certainly the island rule applies. Not to you, Zoe, if you're listening.
It's the happy hour.
What a day we're having out here. It is an absolute blisteringly hot day. It's bloody gorgeous here on the island.
But we can talk about that until the cows come home.
And here is the cow, Trudy the cow. Trudy, she nominated herself as the cow for the island. We were told when we got the island that there were cows on it. We were shattered to find out that was a real estate agent lie.
But it happens, they often say that you've got room for 2 cars
Sure,
or it's a 3-bedroom. It's really just 2 in a study.
It's a deluxe courtyard.
Yeah.
Be honest,
Yeah.
it's a light well.
So we were promised 2 cows on the island. They didn't come through, and so Trudy, a mother, has said that she could possibly be the cow for us, and she sits
Children's
there
book author by day, cow by Friday, as she has come to the island. How are you feeling, Trude?
I'm feeling good, hey?
Great.
Is it hot? It would be very hot inside.
Warm.
We're in a tropical paradise here near the Great Barrier Reef.
I don't think I know the story behind why you have a cow outfit. Why do you have a cow outfit?
I have a picture book story which has a character called Matilda Rose.
Yep.
And she looks incredibly like this cow. I saw this cow suit advertised on eBay.
Yep.
And thought I couldn't get over how much it looked like my character.
Yep.
So I bought it.
You're a lady after my own heart. You just can't have too many costumes at home.
Yep.
Now, the thing I love about this cow is it's got pants. It's got yellow pants. And, I mean, it was a slightly demoralising situation when you first landed. Your pants fell down.
I have lost a little bit of weight since the last time I had the
The cow was at sea for a long time, and we couldn't afford to feed it too much.
But, you know, for authorities out there, the cow was brought out here under perfect circumstances.
I've
you'd
been
say,
quarantined.
Yeah,
oh,
absolutely,
yeah. You're one of the healthiest
see
cows
that.
we've ever had
Yeah.
on the island. Now, we sent you off for a graze. You're still in your full cow suit.
Your brother, the farmer, was rounding you up as before. I did like that he was getting into it. He had a big stick as
He
well.
hit me with the stick.
He did hit you with the stick.
Well, I mean,
People are really getting into the spirit of things.
Yeah, there's no laws out here. I've just chopped some chains off with a machete. So
You shoved grass in my face and hit me with the stick.
yeah, well, we're bound to have a lawsuit by the end of the hour. I'm sure our radio bosses are listening to this going, what is going on that island?
As the only grazer so far, I mean, we've asked most of our fleet to stay here because we've got a few things to get through before they go and claim their land. You've probably seen the most of the island. Initial impressions from a cow.
Some greener pastures
Yep.
over yonder.
Yeah,
Really?
right.
I think I did spy an attractive young native cow.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah, I think I can actually see myself settling down here and starting a herd.
Well, this is exactly the kind of message we want cows listening to get.
Yeah, exactly.
If we're going to promote
my
the
cow.
island.
He's my bull.
Sorry, gotcha. Well, I've got news for you. Bulls aren't monogamous. But you can try your best to make him settle down, but it'll be tough.
Now, you went around to kind of the left-hand side. That is where Lover's Cove is. So if you do meet your bull there, a romantic night might take you away, which would be fantastic.
Now,
That would
any so I mean, is the island to you, being one of the first settlers, is it bigger than you imagined?
It is bigger than I thought.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it's not massive. We know that.
No, it's not. It's not massive.
But remember, we're trying to talk it up here. This is the tourism campaign.
Yeah, it's bigger and greener. It could do with a bit more shade.
Yeah.
Shade's an
absolutely.
issue? Yeah, sure.
no-
I mean, we're not putting that on the postcard, but we might put the first bit on the postcard. It's bigger and greener than you'd think.
It's lovely to have our cow back here. Cows for milking, not for eating at this point, isn't it, Hem?
You're absolutely, you're part of the family.
Yeah.
You won't be slaughtered.
Yeah.
Not deliberately anyway, but you've seen me with the machete. Accidents can and do happen. Now, after this song, Trude, we thought we'd get everyone to help us out with a little something. You're a very special member of the First Fleet here as the cow. There's another man that's travelling with us purely just to be fascinating.
Yes.
I mean, everyone else has a job except this man, and that, of course, is the enigma.
Yeah.
Did you have a run-in with the enigma yesterday at all, Trude? Or
Speak to him at all?
could you get a handle on him?
I was actually fooled a bit by the enigma.
Yeah,
I
right.
thought I'd befriend him because he was eating a veggie burger, and I thought, he's a vegetarian.
Yeah, right.
Somebody I should be nice to.
Yeah, right. But I mean,
And-
he'll do that to just make you up.
Yeah,
Then next
he
thing
was
you know,
fooling, yeah.
he'll be eating a live
steak.
pig. Because that's the kind of guy the enigma is.
Yeah.
What we want to do next, the enigma's fascinating. It's always more fun to find out about the enigma secondhand. So we're going to go to a song here, but go around the First Fleet
Yeah.
and find out what other people have found out about the enigma.
Happy hour! Hamish and Andy with you. We are on the People's Island. We've travelled here with our First Fleet. The tailors have done a brilliant job, Ham. I mean, the outfits are amazing.
Stunning. It's
Yeah.
basically a sports outfit with ye olde prints on top.
Yeah, so it does look like a little scarf, a little vest on.
A little necktie. It's gorgeous.
Make sure you go to hamishandandy.com.
Please do.
Photos are up now.
Today's show has to be the most remote radio show happening on planet Earth today.
Yeah.
We're out, 20 k's or so off the Queensland coast. We're on the People's Island. We flew in by light plane to a neighbouring island that we have a peace treaty with.
Yep.
We then took a small boat across to the People's Island.
Yep, a guy called Pete was the captain of that.
He's currently sunbaking, just watching the show. He's giving us a wave. He's just sunbaking on a boat. Pete's been the caretaker of the neighbouring island for 30 years. And when you meet Pete, frantic, uptight and panicked are not words that spring to mind for Pete. But Ando,
there's someone more mysterious than Pete amongst us.
Yeah,
Sam.
there is.
We asked for two things only for this trip, and the rest has sorted itself out. We wanted a convict.
Yep.
And we wanted an enigma. Someone who was mysterious. Someone who would go walk amongst the group, but no one quite understood or knew what he was about.
Someone that raised more questions than they answered. And the enigma, I mean, he sort of fell into our lap a bit. It was his brother that nominated. He doesn't listen to the show, and that's sort of perfect. That's what we wanted.
Yep.
He is such a great enigma that we had people yesterday questioning if we'd set the enigma up.
Yep.
I mean, it's like when The Bachelor happened, and people went, he's an actor.
Yes.
He's saying these incredible things. He's a genuine enigma. He's staring at us right now,
Imagine the enigma
unbroken.
Was the next back.
I want you to be the next Bachelor, Mike. I mean, I think it'd be so exciting.
Are you single, Mike?
No, he's not
okay.
single.
All right, well, can't. Bad luck, Channel 10.
One of the rare times you get an answer out of him.
Get your hands off him. So We left him amongst the group.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to make his own way to the pub yesterday.
He's the only guy that doesn't have a +1. And he's in a sense, he doesn't have a +1, but he has a +12.
Yes.
Because everybody loves the Enigma.
And we would like to start by asking the rest of the fleet, what have you learnt about the Enigma? Normally the answer's not much, or if you get one answer, it promotes another 12 questions.
Yep.
But we'll start with Lachlan, our magician. Lachlan, what have you learned about the Enigma over the last 24 hours?
I found out last night that he is a freelance circus performer.
You see, that's great. That is exactly the kind of guy you want the Enigma to be.
Lachlan, what was your second question there? Like, what type of performance?
And how do you become freelance? Like what? Like you're not part of a big corporation? Don't want to get tied down by the system?
I asked which circus he performed for. He said, whoever needs him.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
okay. Gun for hire.
Clown for hire, yep.
Jeez, okay. Nathan, our psychologist, what have you... I mean, you would be able to delve deep into this mind.
This is a case study for you. You could do a PhD on the Enigma.
What did you learn about the Enigma, Nate?
Yeah, look, I haven't learned much about the Enigma. I've learned lots about everyone else, but I haven't seen him sleep. And I've talked to a few of the other First Fleeters, and no one's seen him sleep. So we don't think he sleeps.
What was the earliest you saw him up?
6 a.m. this morning, just fully dressed walking around the street.
Jeez.
Vampire Enigma.
Well, he's not, because he's out
out in
sun.
daylight.
He's
Yeah,
out
no,
in daylight.
you'd be cooking right now.
Yeah.
All right.
That's incredible. All right, Steve,
Yeah, I love
our fisherman. First of all, Steve, I understand you got up particularly early and you actually have gone and caught fish on the island.
That's correct, yes. Yeah, I caught a few for breakfast.
Congratulations.
Well done. What sort of fish are we talking?
Oh, I don't know, small ones.
Yeah, they're the easiest.
All right, Steve, what have you learnt about the
speaking
Enigma?
to him yesterday, he did tell me that he thinks he holds the world record for the most Salvador Dali tattoos.
Really?
Yeah.
He does. Oh, we didn't notice this yesterday because he was long sleeve, long pants, but today...
He's showing us now. He's got, what are we doing, six tattoos of Salvador Dali paintings or drawings.
And that's on the skin we can see.
Who knows how many he's got? He's not saying anything. He's just presenting his arms to us in true Enigma style.
With a huge grin.
And
All right.
Yeah, it could well be a world record.
Sophie, one of our cheerleaders, what have you learned about the Enigma?
I did hear some rumours that he's dabbled in Chinese pole dancing. So
I don't even know what that is. Do you know what that is?
Is that just is it just a pole in China, or is it different?
Is it erotic?
I'm not sure. He hasn't actually shown us any yet. So.
Okay, there's not a lot
I
of
can't
poles
handle
there.
this. I have to ask the Enigma.
Okay, Hamish is wandering across to the Enigma.
You've cracked me, Enigma.
We're on a smaller knoll at the moment.
What?
Hamish is going down into a smaller valley to chat to the Enigma.
Mike the Enigma, what is Chinese pole dancing?
Well, I do Chinese pole and pole dancing.
Okay, so what's Chinese pole?
Chinese pole, it's kind of similar to pole dancing, only you keep your clothes on.
Yep.
And it's more of a waltz.
Yeah, well, it's more about strength and transitions and that.
Yeah, okay.
So do people go to a pole dancing club for Chinese pole dancing club and
excited ladies put dollar bills in your strength man suit?
They do when I'm stripping.
Okay.
Have you actually stripped before, be honest?
Yes.
This is amazing.
All right.
Okay.
From all the stuff we've learnt, the world record tattoos, the fact that you might not sleep, Chinese pole dancing, every little fact we found out about you, what percentage of your personality have we now gleaned an insight into?
5.
5. Incredible.
Who is this man?
That's the happy hour, Hamish and Andy.
It's the show we've been waiting for all year, really. We're broadcasting to you from the People's Island with our first fleet, 13 brave souls from the mainland who've come out to colonise the island that you and I organised a 99-year lease on from the Queensland government. Obviously, when it's thriving, the shame is we'll have to give it back to the government in 2000.
Back in the day,
2113.
How many women came out?
There was stacks.
Stacks?
Yeah, you needed some ladies.
Obviously, if you're going to kind of create a society, you do need...
Yeah, you needed stacks.
Yeah, you need stacks. Do we have enough?
And enough to colonise it. We just saw the cheerleaders shaking their head going, no, you don't have enough. Look, I mean, the fortunate thing is we're only 200 metres away from another island that has an airstrip, so we have the availability
to fly some...
If you need to get DJ Havana Brown here quick
not
smart,
not
I can easily organise that.
No, it's just more that if... I mean, sitting back was exciting to take an extra magician, for instance.
Yep.
But if you were trying to repopulate an area and start a society... You know, I'd be looking at the magician going, probably could have used
Could you magic up a baby for me?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of challenges, though, I mean, our convict, Shannon, he was a convict at the start of the show. He's now been freed through a very traditional ceremony of macheteing off his chains.
Yep.
He revealed to me just now that he was interested in swimming back to the neighbouring island. That was his plan all along. If we hadn't have freed him, he was going to try and swim in shackles back to the other island. And then he challenged the captain, Andy, to a swimming race.
Okay. I'm interested.
Really? Because I just think, I mean, wouldn't it be great to recreate that moment? Remember when Captain Phillip landed at Sydney Cove and he said to that convict, if you can beat me to Manly, then you're free.
Happy hour, Hamish and Andy with you. We are on the People's Island, an island we purchased off the Queensland government. Cheapest island we could find around about 4 months ago, Ham.
One of the tiniest islands in Australia, but geez, it's got the biggest heart. Finally, we're here, the People's Island. We've got our first fleet with us, 13 brave souls from the mainland who've come to colonise this island. Every imaginable walk of society we've got with us, Ando.
Yep.
The Enigma sits proudly chewing on a piece of grass, as you would expect him to do, as we sit here baking in the hot, hot sun under the no shade of the island.
That's true. You just raised something from the convict, who has been unshackled at the start of the
He's
day.
now a free man. His name's Shannon. He arrived here as a convict. Shannon, how's life as a free man? You enjoying it?
Yeah, definitely better.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Now, Shannon, the gauntlet's been laid for a captain versus convict race back to the mainland over there, a neighbouring island called Marble Island. How far do you reckon that is?
It'd be a couple 100 metres.
Yeah.
I was only really planning on making it, though. I wasn't actually planning on winning.
Okay. So,
well, I mean, maybe it's more of a sort of a Susie Maroney and friend kind of like, let's just Thelma and Louise style swim. Just let's do it together.
I feel like if the convict was to try to escape, it would be funny if the captain tried to chase him down.
Now we're talking. Okay. For team morale, I think we would all like to see the convict run into the water, start swimming, and the captain maybe give him, a good 30-second...
Well, 30 seconds might be a bit too much, because I'm not sure. Are you much of a swimmer?
Not for a long time.
Okay, well, I heard from the cow that you used to play water polo.
Yes.
At a very high level.
Reasonably high, yes.
Okay, so he's a swimmer, guys. He's playing doggo.
Can you trust a convict?
You can't trust a convict.
What's rule 101 with the settlement?
Yeah, exactly. So
I
there will be a small lead.
A 30-second head start
30
seems fair.
seconds, he'll get there in 30 seconds.
It's like when that convict escaped Tasmania and Van Diemen swam after him and got him.
He'll have a 10-metre head start, and we didn't actually allow
10 metres?
Well, if he's a water polo, he's a national water polo player.
How long ago did you play, Shannon?
I haven't played at any sort of level for about 10 years.
What was the highest?
Mate, I was probably playing for Australia 10 years ago. Who can remember what you were doing 10 years ago?
What's the highest level of water polo you got to?
Nationals.
Come on, Captain.
He's an Australian water polo player. He gets a 10-metre head start.
How would you describe your fitness these days?
What fitness?
Okay. All right.
You're wearing horizontal stripes, so it's not flattering.
All right, straight after the show, as everyone goes to find their
we'll have to put it on the website. The classic captain chasing the convict race will happen. The traditional captain v. the convict race. And what happens when you get him by the ankle? You've won?
I suppose so.
I mean, do
that's how
you have to overtake him, or do you just have to catch him?
Yeah, I suppose.
And then we'll pick you up in a boat.
If I can tag him, we'll both celebrate the race and go and hopefully get there together. I think that'd be fun. Anyway,
right now we've got more important island business to deal with.
Yeah.
As you guys know, and thank you, the colony at the moment, if you've been to the website and seen the People's Island, hamishandy.com, we're huddled down at the one end of the island, DJ Havana Brown Point.
The north end.
The north end. We haven't been to the western side of the island. No one's actually ever set foot over there.
Yeah.
We need to send a brave explorer, but we need to send someone that can get a signal back to us when they get there. Obviously, there's no phone reception out here because we're in the middle of the bloody ocean. So, we're sending our bagpiper. Jace, how you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. Bit nervous, but...
Well, I mean, no one's gone out there and ever returned.
Oh, that's something to think about.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Jace,
not too much. It might freak you out. You never know.
We want you to know that if you don't make it back, the colony will sing great songs about you.
Oh, that's great. That's
Shanties,
all I need.
etc. You're taking your pipes with you. They're sort of like an audio flare. When you hit that side of the island, because it's well beyond where we can see, there's sort of rocks and hills in the way. Start
Good luck getting over it
piping.
in my kilt.
Start piping, and we'll know that you're there. That'll be your signal.
And as soon as we hear the piping, Ham, we'll make the final declaration.
I suppose we'll know
of
the
colonisation.
island is safe, and we'll be able to release the colony to claim whatever piece of the island they want. Are you ready to go, Jace?
All right, that sounds good.
It's sort of like a musical Burke and Wills.
All right, no worries.
Try not to die.
It's the happy hour.
Legally, I have to say that.
Happy hour. Hamish and Andy with you. We're on the People's Island. Our final moment, Ham.
This is
on
it,
the People's
Ando.
Island for this show. We have just, if you've just joined us, welcome. We're in a small island. It's the People's Island. You own it. It's on its way to the Great Barrier Reef. It's pretty beautiful.
It's a stunning island, guys. We
we're in some sunblock.
recommend you absolutely get out here. Oh, yeah. She's hot.
Or a Legionnaire's cape that goes all the way to the bottom because it's bloody hot out here.
Yeah, geez, if you could bring out about 1 square kilometre of shade cloth and put it up for us, we'd be so appreciative if you're the next person on the island.
But, Haim, we are so thrilled that the First Fleet joined us. An amazing cross-section of the community. Yeah. Cheerleaders, tailors, psychologists, magicians.
All the important stuff.
And
enigmas.
Yes. Sailors, fishermen, cows. And we have sent our bagpiper off to explore an area that we've never explored.
The Western Front.
And when he gets there, if he's alive, he will pipe for us. If we hear that piping, we know that the island's safe, and then we hope to do the final declaration of colonisation before you guys can run off and plot out whatever parts of the land you might want to
just grab bits and pieces. Obviously, just keep a little bit free for the casino we're still planning to build. But
similar to that scene in Far and Away with Tom Cruise.
Just haven't seen it, but heard good things. No, I haven't heard much. And the sad fact is, for people that are familiar with radio, you notice what we're doing right now is padding because we haven't heard the pipes.
We're hoping for the pipes,
which either means he's dead or he just hasn't made it over to the other side of the island yet.
We would also like the Enigma who has bought a whip. To crack the whip to declare the island open.
Oh. Pipes.
Okay, he's made it.
He's alive.
He's alive. He's doing the
either
national anthem. He's doing the anthem of the island.
He's doing the anthem. Or a pirate has got him and is piping a false signal back to us. Either way, we'll take it as a fact that the western side exists. He's cleared the western front. The whole island's been discovered.
Well done. That's how big it is, guys. It doesn't take
Colony, gather round. Yes. Come in. Let's get a huddle happening, guys. Very much like the famous oil painting that hangs in the Sydney National Library of the First Fleet's huddle when they hit Sydney Cove.
It's time for the declaration of colonisation of the People's Island.
Let all who roam upon the island be free men and women, even if they were previously convicts. Shannon, that one's for you. Let no one urinate on DJ Havana Brown Point.
You can if you want.
No, you can't.
Okay. Let the national food be slops.
May enigmas be welcome on this island, but never understood.
May the national sport be cheerleading.
May James Packer eventually get back to our repeated requests of just building a small boutique casino on the island.
Come on, James.
May each child reared here be given a machete upon their 8th birthday if they have never set foot off the island in return for living here.
May all business done in the kind of way of rearing children be done in Lovers Cove.
Yes. May the Children's Machete Festival become a popular tourist event for the island, along the lines of Glastonbury, Burning Man, etc.
May the phone reception improve.
Yes, please.
So that our 6-metre antenna that doesn't work may someday shrink to about 4.5 metres.
That'd be lovely. Is this sort of like when the Declaration of Independence, they just checked in a few things for themselves too, I'd love a sandwich. May this island hereby be colonised by the people and a cow, for the people and a cow. Uponst the cracking of the whip, settlers, disperse and claim your land on the People's Island. May the whip be cracked by the Enigma.
He's cracking! Go, guys, go!
Go, claim your island!
Whatever you want!
Run, flee, get the good stuff! Head to the high ground! Head to the high ground! That's it for the People's Island! Mayhem, pandemonium down here!
Everyone ran off and then realised the grass is a touch too high and there could be snakes.
There's been less running off than we anticipated.
It's funny when you tell people to run and claim something, they initially go and then realise,
actually,
this is no point in doing
I've left my stuff back near my seat.
It's all we've got time for this afternoon. HamishDandy.com for anything you may have missed. Videos are up now. There's also pictures of the island. all the First Fleet, as well as the Rockhampton shows. When we're in the pub, we'll be back on Monday with the results of the captain versus convict race.
There'll be so much more info from the island across the weekend on Monday, but on behalf of Andy and I too, we'd just like to thank our First Fleet. What a bloody brave band of souls you've been. Unbelievable representation of the people. And thank you to everyone that's listening. You own the island and it's now colonised.
We'll see you Monday.
Have a great one.
Thanks for listening to the Hamish and Andy podcast. To contribute to the show, head to hamishandandy.com/topics.